Hi, everyone, and a very warm welcome to another edition of the XDC Network AMA series. First, of course, as usual, why are we doing this XDC AMA network? AMA series, rather. So this Ask Me Anything series is it's a platform to showcase the offering, to showcase actually the entities who have which have a stake on the XDC network. So these stakeholders, when I mention that, it refers to the partners or the application teams who have collaborated with or have developed their project on the XDC network. And the objective here is to create an awareness on these entities, about these entities. What is their platform, their products, and the services that they offer, and also to help address any questions that the community may have regarding these entities. So that's what we are trying to do through this XDC Network AMA series. And a little bit of an introduction about myself. My name is Meenu, and I am a technology evangelist. In the blockchain space, one of the professional services that I offer to the founders is to help the founders evangelize their technology, their product, their platform. And with this, it helps to scale up the community and I help them to grow their ecosystem. And I have a podcast channel called Blockchain Hustle, in which I have put a lot of content, which is mostly educational and awareness. Basically, it's a share of my learnings through my blockchain journey. So the content spans across some basic concepts like what is a blockchain, the technology, frequently asked questions, consensus mechanism, what is a smart contract, and stuff like that. Goes into also tokenomics, so topics like liquidity, market making, centralized and the decentralized exchanges, and a lot more. How do you make your liquidity work harder? And also NFTs. So there is a lot more, and I would strongly recommend you to go take a look at it. And if you do like that content there, please do subscribe to it. And it is available on the usual channels like your Apple, Podbean, Google, Audible, and of course, YouTube, the channel that you are watching this session on. So let's get on with today's session. Today's session is on an entity called Gada. Now, Gada is a multi cryptocurrency wallet which is available on multiple platforms. But let's get to know more about it from our guest today, David, who is the community manager for Guarda. Hi, David. How are you?
Hi, Minu. How are you? Thank you for having me.
Thank you. It's a pleasure to have you here. Welcome to this AMA session.
Thank you.
Okay. So, David, can we kickstart this with you giving us a brief introduction about yourself and how did you get onto the blockchain space and specifically with Guarda?
Oh, absolutely. So I'm David, the marketing guy at Guarda. I'm also the community manager. So I'm part of the team working on marketing and just making sure that people understand what Guarda is all about and what you can do with all the features that are available on Guarda. And before I joined Guarda, I was actually creating content for different mobile platforms, but here I am, and I can't wait to tell you more about the crypto wallet.
Okay, you're enjoying working in this space.
I do. It's awesome. I enjoy connecting with people who know more than I do. So, and that
Okay.
happens quite often.
Yeah, good to hear that. So let's start this. David, can I ask you if I were to ask you to describe what Gada is all about, but just in a couple of sentences, how would you go about it?
Oh, absolutely. So Guarda is non-custodial. It's available on many different platforms, as you mentioned in the beginning. And it's a wallet you can trust and use it pretty much anywhere in the world. All you need is a reliable connection.
Okay. And what is the connection with the XDC network?
We've been working with XDC Network for some time now, and XDC was recently added to the list of currencies available when you sign up for the prepaid Visa card. But I'll get to it in a bit uh,
Okay.
when
Yeah.
we discuss that.
Okay, so it's a currency which you guys support on the Gada wallet.
Oh, absolutely. You can store it, you can send the XDC, you can exchange it. So yeah, you can do many things with it.
Okay, fine. So let's get on to the product, straight on to the product. So could you share a little bit on the features? And you started with saying that it's a non-custodial wallet. What do you mean by a non-custodial wallet, and what are the pros and cons with respect to, let's say, between a custodial and a non-custodial wallet?
In simple terms, non-custodial just means that we as a company, we don't store any personal information. We don't store your backup files or passwords, so well, passkeys. All you have to do is just set up a wallet, you download your backup, and you just record your personal data, and that's it. Why I believe the non-custodial approach is superior compared to, say, custodial. One is because you're in full control of your crypto. So no third party would get access to your wallet unless you share your personal information with someone else.
And but however, it is like it is the onus of protecting the keys, etc., is with the person himself, right? The user.
That's correct. Yes.
Whereas in a custodial wallet, let's say if a person feels more secure if another entity is securing it, that could be his way. Different people, different things,
Absolutely.
right?
And not to name any companies, but we've seen, some custodial platforms to experience problems, and to avoid that, from happening, I say you should definitely check out Guarda and see if you like the non-custodial approach.
Okay, great. And you also, David, you mentioned about it is supported on multiple platforms. Could you
Correct.
elaborate on that?
Oh yeah, it's available on Android, on iOS. You can even get the Chrome extension. You can use it on web, and you can use it online. So pretty much anywhere.
Okay. So I guess the intent out here is that for the user to have whatever channel the user is interfacing with, he has that option to take it, and it kind of catalyzes the adoption there.
Exactly. Yeah.
Okay. And what are the different tokens and the crypto which is supported in the wallet as of now?
It would probably take me a few hours to list them all if it's
Yeah.
possible, but I would just say that Guarda supports over 50 different blockchains and hundreds of thousands of different tokens.
Yeah.
If one of you wants to get in the full list, you can always go to Guarda.com and get all the information about tokens. But I would say that Guarda supports most of them.
And is there any kind of a process or something by which Gada would be selecting which tokens or cryptos or which blockchain protocols to select?
Oh, absolutely. So we do have business development department. Elizabeth is in charge of it. So
Yeah.
if there's a company out there or a platform that is thinking about collaborating with Guarda and listing, their token, they can always reach out to us on Twitter. They can just email us, and then we have a certain process. We have to check all the information. We have to make sure that the company is reliable, that the company has a certain reputation, and then if everything works out, we sign the deal, and that's it.
Okay, good, great. And what is the user interface like? Because usually when people are talking about wallets, right? So they might be a little bit hesitant for what kind of a user interface is, or
Mhm.
is it complex? How easy would it be to get onto it? And that could be the deciding factor for quite a few people to go for one wallet or to another wallet.
Oh, absolutely. I would describe the UI as simple in a good way. So even if you're not a crypto expert, you'll have no problem whatsoever. Just setting up your wallet. It's basically it's a quick process. But if people have questions, again, they reach out to our customer support, and then they just help from there. Yeah.
Okay, fine.
Mhm.
And I also understand that the wallet has got a built-in cryptocurrency exchange.
That's
Is that
correct.
correct?
So, yeah,
Okay.
well, so we're working with our partners, and we offer those features to our audience. So not only you can store assets, you can send assets to other wallets, but you can exchange crypto.
Okay. So which let me get it right. So within that exchange, within the wallet itself,
Mhm.
if I want to go and exchange, let's say my token A with token B, I don't need to transfer it to an exchange, but rather within the wallet itself, I can do that, right?
That's correct. Yeah, it's very simple. You set up your wallet, you look at
Yeah.
your options, and then you can exchange one crypto asset to another.
Okay, good.
Mhm.
So do you see people really using that feature a lot about exchanging here within the wallet
Oh
itself
yeah,
rather
all the
than
time. Yeah, I can't share any like numbers, but yeah, we see people, and we also see different waves, of interest. So people discover a token, they hear about it online, and they just show up, they exchange it, they store it. So yeah, we do see a lot of activity, which is good.
Okay, good, good, good. So I would say one key factor for any wallet is if I'm putting my assets, storing them in a particular
Mhm.
wallet, I think the topmost concern for me would be how safe and secure my asset is going to be in that wallet. So could you share something about the safety security aspect of the Gada wallet?
Oh, absolutely. So Garda was created back in 2017, so it's been around for several years, and
Hmm.
we take uh, matter of security seriously. So we care about safety of assets. So yeah, people should not be worried about their crypto. So whether they store the assets or they send them, yeah, they have to be sure that everything is going to be fine. And again, I mentioned that Guarda is non-custodial, and
Hmm.
that's a bonus. So again, no other party would get access to your backup files or your uh,
Hmm.
passwords.
Okay. And I understand there is a feature of the multi-signatory wallet here. Is
Correct.
that correct? Hmm.
Mhm.
And could you elaborate on that?
Oh, absolutely. So basically, that means that if you're using the multi-sig option on Garda, it's available for Bitcoin and Ethereum transactions. So we support that. So if you need additional a layer of security, you can use multi-sig, and it works pretty great. So I must say,
Okay. So right now it is on Bitcoin and Ethereum protocol.
correct. Hmm.
Okay. So actually, if I understand it correctly, because we had, I think, late last year, we had another entity which had showcased about their multi-signatory wallet, and it's not just about having two different people, two different
Hmm.
entities having signatures, but I understand it is also about having putting different signatures on different devices. So let's
Hmm.
say, suppose if you lose a key on one, you could have another one on another device. So that is also something as a kind of a backup. I mean,
Hmm.
I'm trying to just put across like the different scenarios which could happen
Hmm.
when somebody in a non-custodial wallet, when somebody is has to secure it himself.
Hmm. Yeah, but we suggest using Guarda. If you're about to use the multi-sig option and there's another
Yeah,
person that you're going to be working with, right? So it's a good idea to set up different, Guarda
multi.
wallets and go from there. Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, great. And before I get on to, because I did, when I was kind of doing my research on Gada, I found quite a few interesting features.
Great.
But before I get on to those features, is there something on the basic framework of Gada, like what we have talked about as safety, security, multi-sig, custodial stuff? Is there anything else that you want to talk before I get on to the features like the prepaid Visa card and stuff like that?
Um, I would just mention that we have recently updated our Earn platform. So Earn 2.0, it's a staking platform built in.
Okay.
So yeah, we have some updates to share with the community. We have some news. So yeah, if you thinking about staking your crypto, just check out our website. And yeah, I would say that you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Okay, great. Actually, I did have that staking part as the next part of my question.
Great.
But let me skip to that first. The staking now that you mentioned, and I'll get on to the Visa card later. Remind me if I missed that though. So, just so that everybody is aligned, what is staking and what are the benefits, the pros and the cons of staking your assets?
Again, and I like to explain it, in simple terms. So say you have your
Okay.
crypto assets, and you know that you're not going to be using them for at least like a month or a year, right? We suggest,
Hmm,
that
hmm.
you consider different options. You can actually get um, income, so passive income, it's called. So rewards, APY. So you get a certain percentage on top of your crypto. And depending on the crypto asset that you're considering staking, the
Hmm.
APY varies. So that's how it works. Did I answer your question?
Yeah, yeah,
Mhm.
it does. So what you're telling me is that the APY depends upon the assets that you're staking, right?
And validators that you select, yes.
Okay,
Mhm.
yeah. So we get onto the validators later, but then what are all the assets? Am I able, as a user, am I able to stake all my assets, or is there only certain assets? How does it work?
There is an impressive list of assets that are available for
Yeah.
staking. Again, the information can be found on our website. So I can't say that every single one of them can be staked because it
Mhm.
takes some time. And I know that some of the members of community did ask us about XDC staking. So it's not
Mhm.
available just yet. But if we see that the demand is there and we decide that XDC and Guarda can do that, we would be
Mhm.
happy to introduce it as a new feature.
Okay, so to the viewers, you heard that.
Mhm.
So if you want the XTC to be put as one of the staking token in the Gada wallet, we need to express that demand, right, through the proper channels.
Exactly.
Correct. So this is one of them because a question did come from the community on that. So one more question, David, on the on the staking aspect. Apart from staking different assets, can I also stake multiple assets in parallel?
Oh yeah, nobody's stopping you from doing that. Yeah, if we
Yeah,
create different, yeah,
as many
exactly.
as one would want, right?
Technically, yeah. There's usually minimum depending on a
Yeah.
crypto asset. So minimum
Okay.
amount of crypto that you have to stake.
Hmm.
But yeah, that's your opportunity right there.
As many as one would want. And
Mhm.
are there any fees or something that you would like to share with the users here? Is there?
Fees in terms of staking?
Yep.
Not that I know of. Again, it's case by case,
Yeah.
but usually you can see all the important information before you click the complete button before you actually stake your assets. So it's
Hmm.
transparent. It's very straightforward as well. So when you create your wallet, you go
Okay.
to the one of the crypto assets that you're about to stake, and then you click on staking, and then you'll
Hmm.
see uh, the detailed information about the process. Mhm. So we're not
Yeah.
hiding anything from our users.
Yeah. Yeah. So yeah, one of the things that you mentioned earlier was on the validators, and also now that you're talking about that, if I want to stake an asset, I click on that asset that I want to stake, and then I go on and see how much is a quantity, and then do I get to select a validator, or Gada, I understand, has its own range of or set of validators?
Oh, absolutely. And as a general
Yeah.
rule, I can't share any financial advice, so it's
Yeah.
up to
Mm.
you to decide. But if there is a Guarda validator available,
Hmm.
you can consider using that one. But there's a number of different options. So yeah, you select the validator, you compare your options, see if that's the option you want to go with, and then you just
Hmm.
stake your assets.
And I guess each validator would have their own fees associated with it, right?
Correct. Yeah. Well, different terms, I would say.
Yeah, different terms, conditions.
Hmm.
Okay, right. Okay. And let me get on to the Visa card before I forget that aspect. So
Let's
there
do it.
was another, so there was another feature about Gada's prepaid Visa card. Like you top it up with using crypto, and then you can use that Visa card anywhere.
Exactly. So you can use it just like you would use your regular bank card. So
Yeah,
if you have your crypto assets, stored on Garda, and you want to
yeah.
spend the money at a regular shop, you can do it
Hmm.
by signing up.
Hmm.
You can use your actual plastic card that
Hmm.
we would ship to you, or you can use your virtual card. So two options. I do
Hmm.
have to mention that the prepaid Visa um, card is available in certain countries. So it's available in a number of European countries for now, but we might be expanding to other regions as well.
Okay. And when was this feature introduced?
Recently, actually, yeah. So we are still, learning about, the demand. So we're
Okay.
seeing if people in certain countries do want to get the card. So yeah, quite recently, actually. So yeah, one of the new
So,
features, I should say.
is it too early for me to ask you as to how has the response been for that?
Might be a little too early, but yeah, I would give it a few more months, and then we'll see how many people signed up, and how active are those
Yeah.
people when it comes down to spending crypto at actual Web2 stores.
Yeah, yeah. So how does it go about like let's say I'm using my Visa card to buy a certain commodity
Mhm.
or something, and at that time, what is the exchange rate of my crypto token? I need to see, and then I kind of pay that, and or maybe between the different tokens, right? I might have different tokens, or is it that I can top it up only with one token and not with multiple tokens?
Oh, it depends really. So say you have a different cryptos, right, stored on your Guarda wallet. You can top up the card prior to making any purchases. And I'll mention XDC as an example. So say you have XDC, you top up your
Hmm.
card using XDC, and then you go to the store and you use your card the same way as you always do with a regular card.
Okay.
So yeah, different top up options. And again, it's transparent, it's easy to use, and
Hmm.
it's compatible with mobile terminals as well. So.
Yeah, I guess that's the thing where being available on multiple platform also kicks in.
Mhm.
Yeah. Okay. And there was something on crypto loans that
Mhm.
base using my asset, I can take a loan. I can use that as a collateral.
Correct. So you can get crypto loans in USDC and USDC. And if you want to get more information, you can go to our website. It's garda.com/loans. And then
Mm.
we just explain how that feature works. So yeah, that's always an option. Yeah, for those of you who are looking to get a crypto loan.
Okay, great. Yeah. And anybody, if he has a question, they can also get directly channel it through the Twitter channel, right? For example,
Oh,
or
we
the
are on Twitter. We're on Telegram.
yeah.
Email works too. So Twitter, that's Garda Wallet. Telegram, you can see the Garda Wallet, the official channel there, and we have our amazing community managers. If you
Hmm.
see Jixie, Joseph, or Marcus on there, they work with
Hmm.
us. You can always reach
Hmm.
out to them, and they will um, help you as soon as possible.
Great. Okay. Now, the last couple of things which I wanted to ask about. One is something called the human readable addresses,
Great question.
which the Gada wallet supports,
Mhm.
right?
So
So, can
yeah,
you start with what is a human readable address for all our viewers?
okay. So instead of memorizing all the wallet addresses, say you create a wallet on Garda, right? You create an XDC wallet, for example.
Mm,
Um,
mm,
and you have to, in order to make transactions, right? In order to receive crypto, for example, you have to memorize your wallet address. You have to copy it. You have to make sure
mm,
that you paste the right address. To avoid
mm.
that situation, you can use, I'll give you an example, say NFT domains. So just the one address. And
We've lost you, David. There. Okay. You're back on. David, you're back on.
And I'm back online, I think, right?
Good to see you back.
Can you hear me?
Yep, all
Oh, I
loud and
apologize
clear.
for that. So
Mm.
we were talking about human readable addresses, correct?
Yeah.
So you set up a wallet on Guarda, you set up
Mm.
an XDC wallet, for example, and then
Mm.
instead of memorizing the complicated wallet addresses, you just create an NFT domain, and that domain works as your wallet address. So
Mm.
to give you an example, David.blockchain,
Mm.
I can use it as my wallet address across the board. So when I log
Mm.
in and play metaverse games, when I go to Web3 stores, when I purchase NFTs, I can just use the human readable
Mm.
address. So we support different types of those human readable addresses, but we have recently been working with unstoppable domains, and we see that people are quite interested in getting one NFT domain, and they want to use it for just all the crypto
Mm.
transactions.
Mm. So basically, you're binding all your public keys into one short human readable address into the Gada
Technically,
network.
yeah. So David.blockchain, I can just give it to someone and they can transfer crypto directly to me, and they don't
Yeah.
have to worry about my wallet address. They just know that that's my NFT
Mm.
domain, and
Mm.
yeah, they go from there.
And I think when you say they don't have to worry, it goes both ways, right? Like if
Mhm.
I were to type in or key in a wrong address because it's such a the alphanumeric thing,
Mhm.
and if I get it wrong, it's the whole transaction goes awry. So instead of that, have a human readable address that serves so well.
Yeah, that's probably one of the biggest fears that I have.
Mm.
When I make a crypto transaction and I type it
Yeah,
in, I always double check it, I triple check it, and then I'm still not sure that I did it right. So
I
to
know.
avoid that, that's where, those human readable addresses come in.
Yeah, yeah. I find it pretty convenient. That's correct.
Mhm.
And
So,
then there was David, another one service which I liked was which was mentioned on your website was the AML service, the anti money laundering service, the checks that you could do for different wallets or different transactions. Can
mhm.
you share on that?
Oh, absolutely. So anti-money laundering process. So if you decide to use it, you get up to, if my memory serves, up to 5 free checks per month,
Hmm.
and you
Yep.
get the full report. And yeah, if you have to use AML, yeah, you can always just use it on Garda.
Okay.
Mhm.
So is this a paid thing, or is it? I mean, I'm talking about just the five checks itself. Is it paid, or is it? It's a basic one. It
Well, the
comes in.
basic is the 5 checks a month, but then we are currently in the process of updating that program, so we might be introducing more options that users can pick from.
Okay, great. And David, would you be aware of what Gada has in terms of its project roadmap? Anything more interesting coming in? What are the timelines, the milestones, etc.?
Well, I have to, right? It's my job. So I did mention that XDC was added to the list of supported currencies. When you sign up for that Visa, Guarda Visa prepaid card, you
Mm.
can, in fact, top up your card with XDC.
Mm.
Then we have another event with XDC that
Mm.
we're going to be organizing later this month,
Okay.
um, probably on Twitter Spaces, but we're going to be sharing more information on our account pretty soon. And
Yeah.
then we have quite a few exciting features that we've been working on, and we can't wait to introduce the public to those. And we're going to be running different events for sure. So stay tuned. We always update our channels on Twitter and Telegram.
Okay. So I usually ask this question from all the guests as to is there any incentive or anything special message that they have for the XDC community? So you did mention about XDC for staking is in the pipeline, or if there's enough demand, it would be considered. Is there anything else that you would like to add to that?
Oh, absolutely. On behalf of Garda, I can say that we've been working with XDC Network for some time. We love the community. We see that there are many people who are invested in the Web3 world, and just crypto in general. And we look forward to expanding, that collaboration. So be it staking or, more XDC related features. So yeah, we're open to new opportunities, and we always support Web3 initiatives.
Great. And because you're a community manager for Gada, so I wanted to ask this question. In your experience till now, can you share some interesting queries or some interesting exchanges or whatever has happened with the Gada community that in your role as a community manager for Gada, you've come across? Something that you would like to share?
Oh, absolutely. One of my favorite things that I get to do is interacting with the community. So every time there is a AMA session that we're hosting or an interview, I enjoy that people ask questions, and not just general questions. People like to get to the bottom of things. They find different bits of information, and they ask interesting questions. And I just enjoy that we see a lot of feedback. So to give you an example, we have recently launched our page on SourceForge. It's a platform so people can go there and leave a review.
What is it called? Sorry,
SourceForge. Yeah.
Okay.
So you can just go there and review any of the services that you use. And we were not really featured on that platform until now, but we're there. So I just love reading, different reviews. So we're on Trustpilot. People can leave a review on one of the app stores, but it's just shows that people care about what we do. They care about crypto. They care about the fact that Guarda is non-custodial, and most of the time they enjoy using Guarda. If they're not happy for one reason, one or the other, we always reach out to them, and we try to assist as much as we can.
Great to know that you have happy people there in the community, people who are happy with the service.
Same here. Yeah.
Great. So, David, it has been an enjoyable conversation. But before I wrap up this episode, is there anything that you would like to share, something which we might have missed during this chat?
I think, that covers it all. And I just wanted to thank you, Minu, for being so professional. I enjoyed answering the questions. And see you next time.
Thanks a lot, David, for that. And thank you, community, for your warm support. And till the next episode, stay safe. Cheers. Thanks, David, once again.
Thank you.
Bye-bye. Thank you.